the soulful genius behind Voodoo and Brown Sugar, a voice that defined a generation. D'Angelo's music touched millions, but his sudden death at 51 from pancreatic cancer in October 2025 left the world reeling. Weeks later, his son Michael Archer II, 28, knelt at his father's Virginia grave, tears falling as he mourned both D'Angelo and his mother, Angie Stone, lost months earlier in a tragic crash. Then something incredible happened. What was this mysterious moment? Dive into a story of grief, love, and a miracle that's shaking the music world. The heartbreaking losses and a son's unbreakable spirit. On a quiet October morning in New York City, October 14, 2025, the music world mourned the loss of Michael Eugene Archer, known globally as D'Angelo, who passed away at 51 after a private battle with pancreatic cancer. Born February 11, 1974 in Richmond, Virginia, the soul icon's death was announced by his family in a heartfelt statement. It is with profound sadness that we share the passing of Michael D'Angelo Archer, known to his fans as D'Angelo, on October 14, 2025, following a courageous fight against cancer. The news sent shockwaves across social media and airwaves, with tributes from artists and fans flooding in, many echoing the sentiment, "Rest in power." The loss struck an especially deep chord for Michael Archer II, D'Angelo's 27-year-old son with the late Angie Stone, who died earlier this year. For him, the grief of losing his father compounded an already devastating year, leaving him to navigate the profound absence of both parents. What was this incredible thing? Watch on to find out. 7 months earlier, on March 1, 2025, tragedy struck on Interstate 65 in Montgomery County, Alabama. Angie Stone, the Grammy-nominated R&B singer known for "Wish I Didn't Miss You," and her role in the pioneering all-female hip-hop group, The Sequence, was traveling to perform at the CIAA basketball tournament in Baltimore. The previous night, she had performed at the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association's Grand Marshals Ball, her voice still powerful at 63. In the early morning, the Sprinter van carrying Angie, her crew, and backup singers crashed into an 18-wheeler. The van flipped, injuring 8 others, but Angie was the only fatality, pronounced dead at the scene, 5 miles south of Montgomery city limits. The soul music community was devastated. Her daughter, Diamond Stone, wrote on Facebook, "My mommy is gone."
You already know that we have to position ourselves to be a vessel for God. And
her youngest son, Michael, whom she had with D'Angelo, faced a profound loss that deepened their complex family story. Angie and D'Angelo's relationship was a key part of the 90s neo-soul scene. They met during the genre's rise and worked together on D'Angelo's 1995 debut album, Brown Sugar, where Angie was a muse and co-writer. Their son, Michael, was born on February 28, 1998, during the peak of D'Angelo's fame with Untitled How Does It Feel?, a song that cemented his status as a sex symbol but brought intense pressure. The couple parted ways in 1999 amid rumors of infidelity, though Angie always spoke warmly of Michael's impact on D'Angelo's music. D'Angelo once said in an interview, "He inspired me not just to write songs, but to be a better man," dedicating his 2000 album, Voodoo, to his son. Angie raised Michael with strength and wisdom, co-parenting, despite D'Angelo's retreat from the public eye after Voodoo's success. She continued her solo career, releasing albums like Mahogany Soul and earning 3 Grammy nominations, while protecting Michael from the challenges of fame. For Michael Archer, I know in the rap world as Suavo Train, the double loss was devastating. At 27, Michael Archer II, known as Suavo Train, was forging his own music career, mixing his parents' neo-soul roots with raw hip-hop. His Instagram bio, Suavo Train Next Stop Legacy, reflected the artistic legacy he inherited. But 2025 was brutal. After Angie's fatal crash, Michael posted a raw message on Instagram. "You don't get to take advantage of the days of fake friends and family. Using my mother is done." He called out those exploiting her death, vowing to protect her memory. D'Angelo had been Michael's quiet support, especially in recent years. They connected over music during D'Angelo's rare comebacks, like his 2014 Grammy-winning album Black Messiah, which reignited his passion. In a 2025 MTV Family Legacy episode, Michael and Angie watched old D'Angelo clips, laughing as he credited his son for his growth. After D'Angelo's death, Michael shared on Instagram stories, "Time ran out before we could truly build." Days after D'Angelo's private funeral, at a secluded New York cemetery, a graveside video surfaced. Filmed on October 17, 2025 in heavy rain, it showed Michael Archer II, known as Suavo Train, kneeling by his father's fresh grave, wildflowers scattered around. Wearing a black hoodie with Voodoo in faded gold, he held a worn photo of himself as a child with Angie and D'Angelo, both smiling. Rain mixed with his tears as he whispered, "This hurts too much." His voice broke, sobs echoing among the gravestones. The video went viral, gaining 5 million views in hours, with fans commenting prayers for Suavo and how much can one heart hold. It captured a son's raw grief for the parents who shaped his music and soul. As Michael bowed his head, reciting a prayer Angie taught him, "Lord, wrap your arms around the broken." The clouds parted. A bright rainbow arched over the grave, framing it like a halo. A flock of birds, possibly doves, circled above in perfect sync. Then his phone buzzed. With trembling hands, he found a voicemail notification dated March 2nd, 2025, the day after Angie's crash. It was D'Angelo, his voice rough but warm. "Hey son, I know you're hurting. Your mom, she was light, but you got her fire. And mine too. Keep shining, Michael. We're always with you. Call me when you're ready." Forgotten in his grief, the message played on repeat as Michael stood in quiet awe. "It was them," he captioned an extended video later, saying goodbye and hello to whatever's next. The video exploded online, amassing 50 million views across platforms by the end of the week. Hashtags like #DAngeloRainbow and #SuavoMiracle trended globally, with celebrities weighing in. Missy Elliott posted, "God's got a playlist for y'all, keep the faith, baby boy." Fans analyzed every detail. The rainbow's perfect arc, the bird's formation resembling the Voodoo album cover, and the voicemail's uncanny timing, like a hidden gem in a soul track. Skeptics dismissed it as a coincidence, a quirk of the storm, or a delayed notification.
And we go out, we laugh, we cry, but we really support each other.
But for Michael Archer II, known as Suavo Train, it was a profound moment of closure wrapped in awe. "It's not magic," he told TMZ in his first interview after the video, his eyes still red from grief. "It's love. The kind that doesn't fade." He spoke of the enduring lessons from his parents, Angie Stone's resilience through music industry struggles, and D'Angelo's quiet brilliance despite the weight of fame. "Losing both parents within 7 months? It broke me open," he confessed. "But now I'm rebuilding with their voices in my head, guiding me forward." Social media buzzed with stories of similar experiences, rainbows appearing after loved ones' deaths, voicemails resurfacing like messages from beyond. One user wrote, "My grandma left a note in a book I hadn't opened in years, and I found it right when I needed it. This feels the same." Another posted, "D'Angelo's music always tapped into the unseen, the soul behind the sound. This feels like his final verse, Michael Archer II, known as Suavo Train, became an overnight icon due to his raw vulnerability. His music soared, with his 2024 single, Legacy Echo, a poignant mix of neo-soul melodies and gritty rap, climbing the charts as fans called it the miracle mix. Yet beneath the viral fame was a deeper story, the weight of a musical legacy. D'Angelo, raised by a Pentecostal preacher, had grappled with stardom's pressures, disappearing for 14 years after Voodoo's intense spotlight. Angie Stone, from South Carolina's gospel roots to pioneering in hip-hop with The Sequence, fought for her place in a male-dominated industry. Michael, their son, now stood at a crossroads, carrying their talent and their tragedies. As October's rain subsided, Michael Archer II, known as Suavo Train, stood with renewed strength. He announced a tribute EP, Shining Through, with proceeds supporting cancer research and road safety initiatives in honor of his parents, D'Angelo and Angie Stone. "They left me the music," he said during a live stream, a rainbow filter glowing behind him. "Now, I'll make it mean something." D'Angelo's other children, his daughter Imani and teenage son Morocco, stood by him, marking the family's first united effort. The graveside video became more than a viral moment. It was a beacon, showing a grieving world that loss can transform into hope. In the spirit of neo-soul, where pain weaves into melody, Michael emerged not broken, but reborn. Was it a divine message from D'Angelo and Angie, or the universe's way of healing? Stay tuned as we uncover more remarkable stories. D'Angelo's family life, love, loss, and a legacy of soul. D'Angelo's music, raw, soulful, and timeless, etched his name into the history of neo-soul, but his family life was the heartbeat behind the melodies that captivated the world. By the time of his death at 51 from pancreatic cancer, on October 14, 2025, followed by a widely shared video of his son Michael Archer II, known as rapper Suavo Train, observing a rainbow and birds at his gravesite while rediscovering a voicemail, D'Angelo had left behind a significant musical legacy and an awesome family story. From his passionate romance with Angie Stone to the bonds he forged with his three children, Michael, Imani, and Morocco, and the quiet strength of his parents, D'Angelo's family life was a story of love, fracture, and reconciliation, all underscored by the soul that defined him. How did the man behind Brown Sugar and Voodoo navigate the highs and lows of family? Let's dive into the intimate world of Michael Eugene Archer, where family was both his muse and his anchor. Born February 11, 1974 in Richmond, Virginia, D'Angelo, born Michael Eugene Archer,
Well, the first one to kind of like
grew up in a tight-knit, faith-driven household that shaped his soulful sound and grounded his spirit. His father, Luther Archer Sr., a Pentecostal preacher, filled their home with gospel fervor, preaching sermons that echoed the cadence D'Angelo would later weave into hits like Untitled, How Does It Feel? His mother, Alberta Berta R. Archer, was a jazz enthusiast who introduced young Michael to the vinyl grooves of Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder, planting the seeds for his genre-defining career. As the youngest of three brothers, Luther Jr. and Larry Michael were the dreamers, often found tinkering on the family's upright piano, harmonizing hymns with his mother. "My parents gave me music and faith," D'Angelo said in a 2000 Rolling Stone interview. "They showed me how to feel the spirit in every note." This upbringing in a modest, God-fearing home instilled a deep sense of community, but also a pressure to live up to his father's moral expectations, a tension that would ripple through his personal life. D'Angelo's romantic life became a cornerstone of his family story, most notably his relationship with Angie Stone, the R&B and neo-soul icon, who became his creative and emotional muse. The two met in the early 90s, when neo-soul was bubbling in New York's underground scene. Angie, born Angela Brown on December 18, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina, was already a trailblazer, having co-founded the all-female hip-hop group The Sequence in the late 1970s. By the time she crossed paths with D'Angelo, she was a seasoned artist with a voice that could break hearts and a pen that crafted hits. Their chemistry was instant, both musically and personally. Angie co-wrote tracks for D'Angelo's 1995 debut Brown Sugar, including the sultry Lady, and her influence helped shape the album's raw, organic vibe that launched neo-soul into the mainstream.
Stop crying now. Stop crying.
This gonna happen all night until I go.
Well, listen.
"He was my melody. I was his rhythm," Angie later said in a 2010 Essence interview, reflecting on their creative synergy. Their son, Michael Archer II, born February 28, 1998, arrived at the peak of D'Angelo's fame. Brown Sugar had gone platinum, and D'Angelo was a rising star. his boyish charm and soulful falsetto earning him comparisons to Al Green. But fame brought strain. The couple's relationship, passionate but turbulent, buckled under D'Angelo's touring schedule and the pressures of stardom. By 1999, as D'Angelo prepared his sophomore album Voodoo, they split amid rumors of infidelity and clashing ambitions. Angie, ever resilient, focused on her solo career, releasing Black Diamond in 1999 and Mahogany Soul in 2001, earning 3 Grammy nominations. She raised Michael primarily in Atlanta, instilling in him her fierce independence and love for music. "I didn't want him growing up in the shadow of fame," Angie told Vibe in 2003. "I taught him to find his own voice." Despite the breakup, D'Angelo remained a presence in Michael's life, dedicating Voodoo to his son with the heartfelt note, "For Michael, my heart." D'Angelo's family grew with 2 more children from later relationships. His daughter, Imani Archer, born in 2002 to a private partner, inherited her father's introspective nature. Little is known publicly about Imani's mother, as D'Angelo guarded his personal life fiercely, but sources close to the family describe Imani as a budding poet and visual artist, often sharing cryptic sketches on Instagram that echo her father's soulful aesthetic. Morocco Archer, his youngest son, born in 2007 to another partner, was D'Angelo's late-life joy, according to a 2014 BET interview. Morocco, now 18, showed an early knack for music production, shadowing his father during Black Messiah's recording sessions. D'Angelo, often absent during Michael's early years, made a conscious effort to be present for Imani and Morocco, attending their school events in New York and teaching them piano in his rare moments of calm. "I missed a lot with Michael," he admitted in a 2015 GQ profile. "I'm trying to get it right with them." Angie's role as Michael's anchor was profound. After the split, she balanced single motherhood with a demanding career, raising Michael alongside her older daughter, Diamond Stone, from a previous relationship. Angie's home in Atlanta was a haven of music and discipline. Vinyl records spun late into the night, but homework came first. Michael, who later adopted the stage name Suevo Train, grew up steeped in his parents' legacies. He'd listen to Angie's sequence tracks and D'Angelo's Voodoo sessions, scribbling rhymes by age 10.
I don't want to be called that name, right? And that was the purpose for the song.
Angie encouraged his creativity, but was strict about respect and humility. "My mom didn't play," Michael said in a 2024 MTV Family Legacy episode, laughing as he recalled Angie grounding him for sneaking out to rap battles. When Angie died in a tragic car crash on March 1, 2025, Michael's world shattered. His Instagram post weeks later was raw. "You don't get to take advantage of the days of fake friends. Using my mother is done." He vowed to protect her legacy, a promise that took on new weight when D'Angelo passed 7 months later. D'Angelo's relationship with his parents remained a quiet constant. Luther and Berta, now in their late 70s, stayed in Richmond, where D'Angelo visited during his reclusive years. Berta, who outlived her son, shared a rare statement after his death. "Michael was our light, always singing, always loving." Luther, whose strict faith once clashed with D'Angelo's secular fame, reconciled with his son during the Black Messiah era, attending his 2015 comeback show in Virginia. Their bond, rooted in gospel, gave D'Angelo a spiritual core that surfaced in songs like The Charade, a protest anthem Michael later cited as his inspiration for activism. The family's unity shone after D'Angelo's death. Michael, Imani, and Morocco, despite different mothers, came together to honor their father. Imani shared a poem on social media, "For Dad, the Soul Eternal," while Morocco posted a throwback photo of D'Angelo teaching him chords, captioned, "You're still here." Michael's graveside video, capturing the rainbow in D'Angelo's voicemail, became a family touchstone. D'Angelo's family life wasn't without flaws. His absences during Michael's childhood, driven by addiction struggles and fame's weight, left gaps Angie filled. Yet his love for his children was undeniable, evident in small gestures like sending Michael handwritten lyrics or gifting Imani a sketchbook for her art. Angie's death forced D'Angelo to step up, calling Michael daily during his final months. Their talks, blending music, and healing. He apologized for the lost years, Michael shared in a 2025 live stream. As Michael's Shining Through EP climbs the charts, dedicated to his parents, the Archer family's story lives on. D'Angelo's career and achievements, the soul of a legend. D'Angelo's career, a blazing comet in the neo-soul universe, redefined music with raw emotion and timeless grooves, leaving an indelible mark before his tragic passing at 51 on October 14, 2025. As Michael Archer II's graveside video capturing a rainbow, birds, and a rediscovered voicemail went viral, it underscored the weight of D'Angelo's legacy, built on 3 groundbreaking albums, a Grammy win, and a sound that birthed a genre. From his debut to his final comeback, how did Michael Eugene Archer become the soul icon whose music still resonates? Let's trace the milestones that made him a legend. Born February 11th, 1974.
I think the spirit of it, more than anything, I think.
In Richmond, Virginia, D'Angelo's musical journey began in church, his fingers dancing on the family piano under his preacher father's watchful eye. By 17, he won an amateur contest at Harlem's Apollo Theater, catching EMI Records' attention. His 1995 debut, Brown Sugar, was a revelation. Co-written with Angie Stone, tracks like Lady and Cruisin' blended jazz, funk, and R&B, selling 2 million copies and earning platinum status. Critics hailed it as the dawn of neo-soul, with Rolling Stone calling it a sensual masterpiece. At 21, D'Angelo was a star, his falsetto and piano chops drawing comparisons to Marvin Gaye. The album's success, including 4 Grammy nominations, established him as a genre pioneer, paving the way for artists like Erykah Badu and Maxwell. His 2000 sophomore album, Voodoo, was a magnum opus. Recorded in Jimi Hendrix's Electric Lady Studios, it fused funk, soul, and hip-hop, with Questlove and Raphael Saadiq as collaborators. Hits like Untitled, How Does It Feel?, whose steamy video made D'Angelo a sex symbol, pushed it to platinum, selling 1.7 million copies. Voodoo won a Grammy for Best R&B Album in 2001, and Untitled took Best Male R&B Vocal Performance. Critics raved, with the New York Times calling it a sonic tapestry that redefined soul. But fame's glare overwhelmed D'Angelo, who retreated from the spotlight, battling addiction and self-doubt, disappearing for over a decade.
I don't get carried away with that. I mean, it's a part of it.
D'Angelo's absence became legend, but he wasn't idle. He contributed to soundtracks like Space Jam, I Found My Smile Again, and collaborated with Lauryn Hill and Common, maintaining industry respect. His 2014 comeback, Black Messiah, was a surprise drop after 14 years, recorded with his band The Vanguard. Addressing social unrest with tracks like The Charade, it debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200, went gold, and won a Grammy for Best R&B Album in 2015. Pitchfork called it a defiant return, as vital as ever. The Second Coming tour that followed sold out globally, proving his pull endured. By 2025, D'Angelo was planning a 4th album, unfinished at his death, with snippets leaking online, teasing a gospel-infused evolution. Beyond albums, D'Angelo's influence was seismic. He inspired a neo-soul movement, with artists like Alicia Keys citing his innovation. His live performances, Electric Spiritual Affairs, earned standing ovations at festivals like Essence and Coachella. Social media posts after his passing reflected his impact. D'Angelo didn't just sing, he felt every note, one fan wrote. Another, Voodoo changed how I hear music. His 3 albums, though sparse, amassed over 4 million sales worldwide, with streams surging post-2025. He earned 11 Grammy nominations, 2 wins, and accolades like BET's 2015 Lifetime Achievement Award. Michael Archer II, as Suevo Train, carries this torch. His Shining Through EP, released post-graveside video, channels D'Angelo's soul into hip-hop, climbing charts with 500,000 streams in weeks. "Dad showed me music is truth," Michael said in a 2025 Billboard interview. D'Angelo's achievements weren't just awards. They were a movement, a sound that lives in his son's bars and fans' hearts. Can Michael's music keep his father's soul alive? Only time can tell. How is Michael Archer, too, carrying their soulful legacy forward through his music and resilience? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You'll love it.